Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. GAURAV Kumar.
Yes, sir.
You're from Bihar.
Yes, sir.
You passed out of VIT Vellore.
Yes, sir.
When did you pass out?
In 2018.
2018.
Yes, sir.
Now, how was it in Vellore?
Sir, experiences in Vellore has been good. It has a mixed bag of approaches there. Initially, it was like I felt like a language barrier, but later it gave a very good experience in Vellore, sir.
Now, there is a lot of controversy about Tamil Nadu government opposing the three language formula in the NEP.
Yes, sir.
What is your view on that?
Sir, in my opinion, the recently the three language formula has been in debate, and especially the new education policy has supported the three language policy based on the that it would boost national integrity, increase the mental ability of the students, and it will also increase the domain of employment so that the people of Tamil Nadu can go other states and on there. For example, in Mumbai, we see people like restaurants. People have opened restaurants belonging to Tamil Nadu. So, but there is also challenges in adopting the three language policy. First thing is that we face north-south divide, where the southern states opposes the notion of three language policy. Second issue is that due to this three language policy, nearly 500 crore rupees Tamil Nadu government is missing, especially in context of education.
That's, of course, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has said, even if he loses 10,000 crores, he's not going to agree. That's a different point altogether.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
look at your other points. Blogging on world affairs.
Yes, sir.
What kind of world affairs are you focused on?
Sir, I on especially in context of world affairs, whatever the going on in international affairs, especially current events, I try to focus on, and some of the past events as well, what has happened in the world affairs.
Which film won the Oscar awards this yesterday?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it. I need to check it back, sir.
Are you aware that India will be playing Australia in the Champions Trophy today?
Yes, sir.
Who else is going to play in the semi-final?
Sir, in semi-final, India, Australia, and on in a second group, New Zealand is going to play with the uh, these two
Sorry,
semi-finals is the
New Zealand is going to play.
with the I think South. I'm sorry, sir. I'm like missing the name of the country.
Okay. So you're working in the insurance company, New India Insurance.
Yes, sir.
Do you think we should have allowed multinational companies to enter the insurance sector in India?
On this question, sir, recently budget has also included like 100% FDI in insurance sector, and in my opinion, it is a good opportunity for India because the first thing is that Indian market, especially in insurance sector, is on growth phase, whereas the Western nations in the insurance sector is matured, and we have the opportunity to learn technological things and the like a quality of work that we could imbibe from the other insurance companies. Second thing is that there is a condition that whatever the premium that would be that would be collected by the multinational companies in insurance sector would be invested in India. So in that way, it would also boost investment in India. Subsequently, their multiplier effect will be that it would generate employment in India. So
But Indians are not taking to insurance very easily. What are the drawbacks? What are the problems?
Yes, sir. This is true that Indian people are not taking insurance seriously, because if you say insurance penetration is merely 3.2% compared to global average, which is 7%. One of the reason is that there is lack of awareness about the benefit of insurance thing. Second is that the premium is comparatively high in India, and that could be due to that high. That is on third part. That is, it has a high taxation, that is 18%. That further increases the premium price in India, sir.
Manjuji,
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Gaurav. How are you?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am doing well. How are you, ma'am?
Okay, thank you. You are working in Jammu right
Yes,
now.
ma'am.
The security
Yes.
situation there, and how do you see, the India-Pak relationship in the future? Since you are there right now, what do you see that?
So, ma'am, in that context, the prospect of India-Pakistan relation, in my opinion, it is going to be like we are going to improve our relation in the future course of time. It is true that from the leadership point of view, there have been resentment between like India and Pakistan. We can take an example of recent that PM Sharif, Mr. Sharif address to the Pakistani cricket team, where he tried to like make it like hum shaya mulk and we need to take on India as a like a war. But if we look at the people of Pakistan, they have been taking that from the very different point of view. If we have seen that in India Pakistan match, people of Pakistan were supporting Indian cricket team. So there have been contrast, in my opinion, things especially with the technological development, and people are the views of people in Pakistan is changing. So I am very much optimistic that India Pakistan relation is going to be very good in future course of time.
What is the current situation in a town like in a city like Jammu right now? What is the situation there? Security point of view, and also in the border areas.
Uh, Ma'am, as far as I have spent 1 year in Jammu, and situation is very much normal in Jammu. In fact, I am able to go for to play night tournament in Jammu, so we can understand the situation of Jammu from the very this fact. So, and in border area, it is true that sometimes we see skirmishes or kind of some border firing. There have been violation of the ceasefire, but as far as Jammu is concerned, it is very much peaceful, similar to what is Delhi and what is Faridabad and other places. Ma'am, sorry.
In Srinagar, etc., what do you think? There also things have improved. Have you been to Srinagar? Did you have the chance to Srinagar?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am. I did not yet go to Srinagar, but I have planned to go Srinagar very soon. But some of my colleagues have been posted there, who are my batchmate, and they have been also telling that the situation of Srinagar is also good, so that they are also going to meet dealership and all other like stakeholders of the insurance company. So more or less, situation in Srinagar is also good, ma'am.
And what night tournaments are you playing?
Ma'am, cricket, ma'am.
Cricket.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Sometimes I go with colleagues and friends to play this match.
All right. Uh, what do you do? Did you see what? And what about India's neighborhood first policy? Do you think Pakistan should be made part of it? Usually, it was meant to be, but now it's not part of our. We're not pursuing it with any great degree of enthusiasm. Do you think Pakistan should be re-included in India's neighborhood first policy? And first of all, what is India's neighborhood first policy?
Ma'am, India neighborhood first policy is the policy that that primarily targets the neighborhood country to maintain a peaceful relation with the neighborhood country, and that is based on the we can say that the based on the Gujarat doctrines that we need to maintain peaceful relation with the neighbors and give preference to neighbors upon compared to other like nations, second concentric circle and others peripheral countries.
What?
Ma'am, in my opinion,
Preference for what, if I may intervene?
okay. Preferences in terms of trade. For example, I can give one example regarding COVID-19. In COVID-19, when government of India planned to distribute vaccine or HCQ medicine, at that point of time, government of India has prioritized neighborhood first and then the rest of the world. This is what the preferences that India has given to neighborhood.
And on
And
non-reciprocal,
on second question, excuse me, please.
it is mainly on non-reciprocal directly basis, but of course we expect that they will support us and have some good with. Yeah, please carry on.
Yes, ma'am. On the second part of your question, should we include Pakistan as a part of neighborhood policy approach? In my opinion, indeed, we need to include Pakistan as a part of our neighborhood first policy because securing backyard for any country is a very good idea for any like foreign policy that we are maintaining harmonious relation with the neighborhood. So, in my opinion, ma'am, Pakistan should be included in that part, ma'am.
Should be included again. But what
Yes,
would be
ma'am.
the conditions for that? What India is saying, there are some conditions for including it. No?
Yes, ma'am. For that, conditions are like that Pakistan should reduce the terrorism things and should control the border cross-border terrorism. Also, like negative campaigning against India in the foreign soil. That should these two three things are required, ma'am.
You've done mechanical engineering, I think, with automobile engineering, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the future of EV vehicles, and especially in India and with Tesla coming in? Just give me a brief your views on this.
Yes, ma'am. Regarding EV vehicles, government of India has planned EV 30 at the rate 30. It means by 2030 we have planned for 30% of the electric vehicles in India. And Niti Aayog report has also supported that we are on the line of like making India like 30% of at least 30% of electric vehicles by 2030. And in my opinion, the way the government of India has been working, especially regarding building charging stations on highways and making other arrangements like a startup who could like swap battery swap like policies. I think it is much more feasible in India, ma'am.
You think it? And what about Tesla coming in? Will that be a challenge to our local manufacturing?
Ma'am, in that context, if Tesla comes to India, it will definitely pose a challenge to local manufacturing for the short term. But in longer term, in my opinion, it would also provide opportunity to compete with those companies and also learn the things that Tesla is incorporating in their vehicles.
Sorry, sorry. Say it again, please.
Okay. In my opinion, ma'am, it is true that in a short run, Tesla would pose challenges to the local companies that is in India. But
Right.
in longer run, it would definitely give an opportunity to learn from and also opportunity to compete with the Tesla. And we can learn also good technological things from the Tesla and incorporate those things in our vehicle as well, ma'am.
Last question. The Trump Zelensky face off in the Oval Office. How do you view this in terms of, you say you are blogging and all that. So, in those terms, how do you see this whole thing that happened and why you think, what do you think about it? Your views on it?
Okay. Ma'am, in this context, whatever have happened in the like Oval Office in White House, one thing is that
Can I intervene? What happened? Tell me briefly what happened.
okay, actually, ma'am, like a peace deal is being like a deal is being forced by the US on Ukraine to sign with the Russia. This is what is the major thing that happened, and for that, ma'am, especially the like especially in 2010. Barack Obama announced for Asian power to shift the sand of geopolitics from West Asia to Indo-Pacific. But again, the USA entangled back in the West Asia either through Israel, Hamas, or Russia, Ukraine. Now Donald Trump is wanting to again concentrate on Indo-Pacific by settling either this Israel Hamas issues or this Russia-Ukraine issue. This is the major thing that Trump is trying to do. But the thing is that it would also give some image of USA that USA has deceived their allies in the past, and it has been continuing. That arc is being continued still today. And second thing is that especially it has left European Union and European countries apart, especially in context of security.
Excuse me if I may intervene. What was my
Yes,
question? You've gone far beyond what I asked you. And I ask you, I said, what happened in the Oval Office and what are your views on it? What happened in the Oval Office when they were meeting?
ma'am. Okay. Ma'am, in Oval Office, the heated debate is taken place between Zelensky and Mr. Trump regarding the peace deal that is supposed to be signed with the Russia.
Shine with the Russia means? What does that mean?
Ma'am,
Sorry. Shine with Russia? I don't understand.
ma'am, regarding that, the peace, the Donald Trump has come up with the idea to that solve that issue that Ukraine and Russia is being faced on the bank of Black Sea.
So then?
So, ma'am, due to this, that heated debate taken place in ma'am Oval Office regarding that, ma'am.
Because Ukraine didn't want to accept it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Gaurav. How are you?
I am fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Good, Gaurav. Gaurav, you studied in Faridabad also. You stayed in Vellore also. You are in Jammu also. Out of these places, what is the unique? What was the unique point in Faridabad? What is the uniqueness in Faridabad?
Sir, out of this, Faridabad is unique from the perspective that, from the cultural perspective, there is a Suraj Kund Mela that is being held in Faridabad. And second unique thing is that Faridabad is a metropolitan city, and that is also part of a smart city, and it generates a large revenue for the government of Haryana.
Is currently what is the status of Suraj Kund Mela currently?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of this. I need
Okay.
to go back and understand it again.
Okay. I just want to ask when did the Suraj Kund Mela will going to be held?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of this. I need to get it back.
Okay. It is going on currently actually.
Okay, sir. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No issues. Gaurav, more than 53% of the Indian women are out of the labor forces.
Yes, sir.
What are the important 3 reasons do you think behind this?
Sir, regarding the women force that is being out of the workforce, one of the reason could be that women that patriarchal notion that exists in society where the women are not being allowed to work. Second reason could be that women are stuck in household chores and taking care of their children and not getting time to go for the work. And thirdly, issue could be there is a skill gap that largely women drop out from their schools and do not able to get graduation and skill enhancement things. These three things reasons could be there, sir.
What the government has done in this budget to solve these problems, to change the scenario?
Sir, in this budget, government of India has again boosted, especially in context of a stand up India that women entrepreneurship is being pushed, and the government has continued that. also in the context of insurance sector, women are being kept in the like center of where the women are being made agent as a part of Bima Wahak policy. Sorry.
Does government don't have any gender budgeting like thing in our India?
Yes, sir. Gender budgeting is also part of India, and it is done where the women
And, and
is center while budgeting.
what the government has done this time in the gender budgeting?
Sorry, sir. I think I have missed it. I need to read more on this, sir.
Okay, so you basically do blogging on world affairs.
Yes, sir.
While blogging, what any person should keep in mind. Suppose I want to write a blog. What
Okay.
I shall keep in mind, any important three things which I shall keep in my mind.
First thing is that there should be a grand idea what I want to say. Second important thing is that language should be as much simple as it should be. A thirdly thing is that it should be readable. Like that, there are some like in a writing there are some skills that it should be in a short sentences, and active sentences should be more compared to passive. That makes better engagement. And there should be keywords connector that connect one paragraph to another paragraph, and also flow is also flow also matters while writing. So
Okay. And do I also need to keep in my mind the regulations or the law, the constitutional requirements, the society? Does government can government impose censorship on my blogs also?
in my opinion, as long as that is towing the line of constitutional values, that should not be post censorship. If it goes, already we have that like options to like a case file against in case it is go extreme. But as long as censorship should not be there while writing, sir.
Can you tell me what is that line of constitution?
Sorry, sir, please.
What are the grounds on by which the government can impose a censorship on me? And is there any specific law to regulate this blogging in India?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of actually law that put restrictions, but yes, if it go that harm the national security of India and so it threatens the sovereignty of India, it could be challenged in the honorable court.
Currently, the OTT is remaining in the news because of some of the YouTuber comments, and the government has basically trying to put censorship on the OTT platform.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what are those censorship? Under which law they are trying to put the censorship?
Sorry, sir, I think I have missed this. I need to read more on this, sir.
Okay. What is the status of statehooship of Jammu and Kashmir?
Currently, sir, Jammu and Kashmir is a union territory with legislation, and the government of India has promised to transfer back that from UT to a statehood as soon as possible. At the same, our honorable court has also mandated that it should be back a statehood as soon as possible.
Okay. Currently there is a oil price has reduced to 1%. Crude oil
Yes, sir.
price has been reduced to 1% due to the
Yes, sir.
Donald Trump threat.
Yes, sir.
Why the crude oil price has been reduced? What is the relationship between the tariff and the oil prices? Why is oil prices reduced?
Sir, oil price are reduced and it has direct link with the inflation, and also it would also reduce the cost price of the parts that is produced in India, because while transporting the charges would be less and the final like price of the product would be less, sir.
Okay. And from where this crude oil comes?
Sir, crude oils comes largely from Middle East countries.
Middle East country. Okay. And what is the role of OPEC in the production of this?
OPEC is a basically a cartel of oil producing country that that keeps check on that the what should be the oil pricing for the other for the countries that they have been sending, and some of that, for example, especially in South Asian country, at one point of time they have imposed Asian premium kind of things. So this kind of initiative that is being taken by Organization of Petroleum.
Okay. One more thing. What is the status of agricultural sector budget this time? Has it increased or decreased? Agriculture sector.
Sir, I'm not able to recall it right now. I think if you allow me, then I may take a guess of it.
No issues. No issues. One more thing. What is the revised limit of MSME in this budget?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall exact data, exact fact. What are the limits?
Okay.
But if you
Thank
allow
you
me,
so
I may take a
no,
guess.
no need of guess. No need of guess.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Please.
What is the GDP of Bihar?
I think, sir, I'm like forgetting the data. If you allow me, I may take a guess of it. Think it is.
Okay, tell me.
I think it is 9,000 crore.
9,000.
No, sir, I'm not able to guess as well, sir.
Try to guess
Okay, sir.
intelligently. What is the per capita income of Bihar?
Sorry, sir, I need to get back to it, sir.
What is the population of Bihar?
That is also I'm not aware of it, sir. Sorry, sir.
Can you tell me something about the Nalanda University?
Yes, sir. Nalanda University is one of the ancient university where the people from the all around the world came for education in Nalanda University. And after, especially in a medieval time, it has been demolished by the foreign rulers, and subsequently now the government of India has been planning to revive it, sir.
Who burnt it down?
Sir, Bakhtiyar Khilji was the ruler who destroyed the Nalanda University, sir.
Which year?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to like recall year.
Please go on. Yeah, go on. You said something about revival.
Yes, sir. Sir, in a recent budget, sir, Government of India has also planned to revise, to make this Nalanda, refurbish the Nalanda University, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Mr. Gaurav, we've
Yes,
come
sir.
to the end of the interview.
Yes, sir. Thank
How
you,
was
sir.
it?
I feel above average kind of thing.
It was a bit of up and down. It could have been better.
Yes, sir.
Firstly, your knowledge of Bihar has to improve.
Yes, sir.
There can be no apology for not knowing the population of your state. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's come to the points. You must be careful with the use of your language.
Okay.
Instead of saying integration, you said integrity. National integrity, you said. National integration.
Okay, national integration. Okay. Yes, sir.
Right? Okay, you must be careful about that. Things like that. And precise answers are required.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you talked about language, the role,
Yes, sir.
you were mentioning that you lose 500 crores. It's not 500 crores. They already lost 2,000 crores. Right. So
Okay.
wrong facts don't work. Right. Then secondly, let's look at sir, madam confusion.
Yes,
You're
sir.
addressing saying sir, madam, sir. Sorry, absolutely. I mean, that's not acceptable.
Yes, sir.
They're very forthcoming on Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
Pakistan is not your friend. It's an enemy. Okay, it's encouraging terrorism. Pakistan. You said we can take Pakistan as as one of the preferred countries in neighborhood first policy.
Yes, sir.
That's not correct. We need something to be done by Pakistan before
Yes, sir.
that.
In return. True,
They
true.
have to
Yes,
stop
sir.
their terror, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you should be clear about that. You can't
Okay,
be, volunteering to take your enemy as your friend unless your enemy changes his ways.
okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
Balance is required in your answers.
Balance is required. True.
Yeah, yeah. Four, you said when Mr. Kapoor was asking you, how are you? You said, yeah, I'm fine. And you said, how are you? You asked him. It's not required.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And lastly, you had no information about agriculture budget, about the budget, about any of the figures. Now that means you're not up to date on current affairs.
Okay, sir.
Please be careful.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Manjuji,
Okay, so you need to be very precise and you don't have to tell me all that you know. Yes, you know, but you don't listen to what is being asked, precise questions. And then rightly assert Pakistan is an enemy. We don't say, yes, we should make it part of our neighborhood first. What basis? It has to be reciprocal, right? Little bit of reciprocal in the sense that to stop their terror attacks on us, encouraging terrorism in India. That has to be. And with other countries also following a sort of approach. But yes, if they are not very forthcoming, then sometimes we have to, if they're acting inimical to our interests, if their actions are inimical to India's interests, we will definitely reconsider how our neighborhood first policy should be implemented. We'll adapt it. And with Pakistan particularly, it is a problem, right? And then you were a bit confused here and there, so please don't avoid that. Avoid confusion. Have some more expression. You are sometimes speaking in a monotone. There has to be some voice modulation. It will help you. And knowledge gaps which are there, please, you have to read. And where will the questions come from? From your DAF, from current affairs, international affairs, and particularly PSIR is your subject. And you said blogging on international affairs. So please read a lot. Read editorials to get your mind clear, to understand what needs to be what is the essence of any international event, right? Including, and of course, within India, what is happening, so many things happening. You should be aware of them and about your state, of course, and about where you are now. To be very clear on all these things and read, make precise answers, practice a little bit to be precise. 2 or 3 points. You should not go beyond 2 or 3 points on any question. All right? And your answer shouldn't be more than a few sentences. So don't go on and on. It'll detract from your performance. So a lot of positives going for you, but all these things, if you pay some attention, you will be able to do much better. All the best.
Gaurav, just want to add a few things. First thing is that whenever you give answer, try to give multi-dimensional answers. Because when I was asking you about what one must keep in mind while writing the blog, you were just telling me the language, the flow. It was all basically about communication only. So you were just touching the same point. Instead of that, you were not mentioning me about the legal aspects of that thing. You were not even mentioning about the social aspect of that thing. So it was the answer was showing that you are not able to connect various dots to the answers. So second thing is, like, suppose you have mentioned about your hobby of OTT, then you must be knowing about the laws which governs the blocks. You must know what is the status of censorship, what is currently going on. And third important thing is budget. Definitely you have not studied it, and you don't know any facts about the budget, so you need to read thoroughly. And one more thing, from wherever you have basically lived, either in the Faridabad or in the Bihar or in the Jammu, you must know at least the important things about that. Like you yourself were mentioning about the Surajkot Mela. If you are mentioning, then mention only if you know about it, because if cross questions come, supplementary question comes, then you should be in a position to answer about that. Otherwise, you may simply skip or say something else. That's it. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Mr. Gaurav.